Good afternoon. My name is Mariia. I'm from Kazan National Technical University and I present Access and Risk of Enterprises Bankruptcy by Indicators of Financial and Economic Activity using Bayesian networks. So, an important task of computerizing the activities of enterprises is the introduction of computer information technologies focused on achieving strategic goals in the activities of enterprises, namely ensuring competitiveness, efficiency of managing production activities, purposeful planning, and etc. To implement effective management which takes into account both the active increase in profits and prevention of bankruptcy, enterprises need to develop and implement modern decision support systems that are based on the methods and models necessary for making correct management decisions of a tactical and strategic nature. The aim of the work is to develop dynamic decision support system for analyzing and prediction the financial state of an industrial enterprise. Here is shown the formal problem statement, and this you can see architecture for the diagnostics of enterprise activity based on a Bayesian network. Bayesian networks is a probabilistic model for represented probabilistic dependabilities as well as the absence of these dependabilities. At the same time, the event A to event B relationship is causal when event A causes B to occur, that is, when there is a mechanism whereby the value accepted by A affects the value adopted by B. Validation as a method was proposed for the first time in 1977. Validation of a network, their design was carried out according to the mechanism of maximizes expectations. The algorithm finds local optimal estimates of the maximum likelihood of agreements. Here on the slide, you can see a system for analyzing the likelihood of bankruptcy in the form of a Bayesian network built using the GNR 2.1 software package. We have five indicators: the coefficient of maneuver, coefficient of liquidity, coefficient of activity, of stability of enterprise, and coefficient of leverage that influence to a result node bankruptcy prediction. To build the model, a training sample of 3,000 records is used, which contains information about the enterprise balance sheet, statement of financial results, cash flow statement, and other. The information where the enterprise is bankrupt or not. 0 is solvent enterprise and 1 insolvent enterprise. In a sample, 75%, that is 2,250 enterprises are solvent, and 25%, that is 750 enterprises are insolvent. The constructed model is tested on a sample of 300 records that 75% of which are solvent enterprises and 25 are bankrupt. The probability of bankruptcy is calculated for the test sample for each enterprise and the predicted values, which actual information, 0 if the company is solvent and 1 in another case, are compared. Regardless of which simulation technology is used, the result is the probability of bankruptcy or default found for each enterprise. Now, let's identify the trends and conditions that will help the company to avoid bankruptcy and increase the level of its solvency and the process of its activities. When the coefficient of liquidity is minimal, the coefficient of stability and the autonomy decrease by 20%, from 22 to 42%. Their coefficient of leverage is reduced by 3%, from 9 to 6%. The coefficient of maneuvering increased by only 2%, from 5 to 7. The likelihood of a bankruptcy increases by 10 compared to the baseline, from 28 to 38%. That is the situation that should be avoided. In accordance with figure number 4, the leverage coefficient should not be maximum, because along with the slight increase in the liquidity coefficient by 17% and the maneuvering coefficient by 3%, the stability coefficient and the autonomy decrease by 34%, from 42 to 9, respectively. This will lead to an increase in the probability of bankruptcy by 8%, from 28 to 36%, and the corresponding decrease in the level of solvency. This happens because the enterprise has much more borrowed funds than its own funds, and it should not be so. Successful economic and financial activity, you need to strive for balance. In order for the level of a company's solvency to be maximum, the following conditions must be met. The liquidity ratio needs to be increased by 6%. From the baseline 52 to 58%. The leverage ratio must be reduced by 1%, from 9 to 8. Coefficient of stability to increase by 4%, from 42 to 46. Increase the autonomy coefficient by 5%, from 43 to 48. Increase the coefficient of maneuvering by 1%, from 7 to 8. And this lead to solvency be maximum 100%. It is advisable to expand the create system with other methods of data mining and forecasting in further studies. They introduce functions for combining forecasts in order to improve their quality. In addition to financial ratios, it makes sense to use indicators characterizing management decisions, business processes, personal trends, external environment, which will identify emerging problems in various aspects. Also, the conditions for identifying that must be adhered to in order for the level of the company solvency to be maximum. In our future research, we will expand the field of application of the development dynamic Bayesian network model. So, thank you for your attention.